The full-size T100 Toyota trucks always come through.
Next, Sally, paternity tests for denying dads.
Tonight on Politically Incorrect, from the game, Michael Douglas. Author Scott Turow. Comedian Elayne Boosler and columnist Arianna Huffington. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you're in a good mood because, boy, Al Gore's in trouble. Like, who could care? But at the Senate finance hearings, they're up his wazoo. You can say that. Because, no, they say that he knew he was breaking the law when he made fundraising calls from the White House. And, of course, nobody really cares. And to generate interest in this now, the senators, this is really low. They're saying he made the calls from a princess phone. I mean... Hey, well, I'll tell you what's low about that. Sonny Bono, your congressman, if you're from Orange County, is introducing a bill to ban the paparazzi. Talk about jumping on a bandwagon. He's introducing a bill to ban the paparazzi from doing awful things. Because well, he's mad at the paparazzi. He says they always get in the way every time he's going through Cher's trash. Well, Louis Farrakhan has won a big battle. Are you Farrakhan fans? I'm sure you are. He's won a battle with the Alabama School Board. They were going to have him speak. He wanted to speak to the school luncheon, and they said, no, you can't. You're Louis Farrakhan. Well, he won. They said he could. They said he couldn't before because they were afraid of volatile activity. And they may have a point because the last time he talked to a school luncheon, he stormed out after being served the bow tie pasta. Very sensational. Well, we are not on tomorrow night. Program note because of Mother Teresa's funeral. Yes, it's taking place in Calcutta, and all the networks are covering it. Mike Wallace said today he thought they were only covering it because they were being shamed into it after covering so much with Princess Diana. And some of the networks, I think, are really low with this. Fox is calling their coverage When God Attacks. Another programming note, it was announced yesterday that ABC is bringing back the Wonderful World of Disney. Remember the Wonderful World of Disney? Okay, well, their first entry will be on, I think, November 2nd, is a new version of Cinderella with Whitney Houston. That's true, and a little different. In this one, Cinderella has to get home by midnight or else she gets bitch-slapped by Bobby Brown. All right, thanks for coming. It's all been satirized for your entertainment. Let us meet our panel. She is a Picasso biographer, a syndicated columnist, a sweetheart for the Center for Effective Confession, and, of course, my girlfriend, Arianna Huffington. Hello, baby. How are you? Good to see you. One of our favorite comedians. You can see her on Friday nights hosting Romantically Speaking on the Romance Channel. She also has a piece in this month's issue of George, Elayne Boosler. Good to see you. Thanks. The best-selling author of Presumed Innocent and the Burden of Proof, his newest is The Laws of Our Father, Scott Turow. Hey, good to see you. Thank you. Enjoy your stuff. And he is the Academy Award-winning star of Wall Street Basic Instinct and Disclosure, his newest, The Game. I saw it the other day. It's fabulous. This Friday it opens. He just got his footprints next to his father's at the Chinese Theater. Michael Douglas! Okay. Now, I want to talk about hunting tonight a little bit. Not the kind where you shoot a big bear because you've got a small penis. I mean the kind... I mean hunting people, because now this has been an issue with Princess Diana. She was hunted, and we do this in our country too. We hunt celebrities and prominent people, and I think they're doing it now with Al Gore. What? You don't think so? I mean, what did he do?
He's the people's princess.
I mean...
What he did...
What did he do? You tell me, Miss Republican, what did he really do?
What he did is he lied. First of all...
Oh, he's a politician.
He couldn't count his phone calls. He had a little problem counting his phone calls. That was all. There's a little problem.
He gives a press conference a few months ago in which he goes on 8 times repeating there is no controlling legal authority preventing me from doing what I did.
Oh,
he pretends he didn't know that the fundraiser at the Buddhist temple was a fundraiser. He called it voter outreach at the Buddhist temple.
If a cop pulled you over, couldn't he find something wrong with your car?
Oh, absolutely.
Couldn't any cop find something wrong?
The whole point here is that he was Mr. Clean, and he's been covering up, he's been lying. I mean, why take Al Gore? He has no charisma, he has no charm, he's not exciting. If he's not clean, why have him?
Do you think he is... And his middle name's not Dick, so...
Dick! Dick!
So what are you going to do? I don't know. He kind of leaked out the calls a little bit. It was one thing he just said, I made 86 calls from the White House, but he said I made 12. I mean,
yeah, but
he was
24.
Just switching to MCI, and he lost track in the middle of the bill.
Exactly.
Yeah. He thought it was the 10 cents a minute thing, but all unlimited free calls, you know, it was that whole...
But they have these rules. You can call not from the White House. They want you to call from another room.
Right.
And you can't ask for hard money from this room. You have to ask for
It's like alternate side of the street parking. It's totally arbitrary. You could have a tuna sandwich, but it has to be 4 o'clock. There's no reason for... Look, don't you think any man who could find money in a Buddhist temple has talent?
Wow!
Those hearings were great.
The good news is for Janet Reno, because Janet Reno's favorable ratings are about as low as Newt Gingrich's. But now it looks as though she's about to appoint a special prosecutor to investigate Al Gore.
Lord save
and
us.
he's going to...
Lord save us.
I know special prosecutors should now start being called ordinary prosecutors. There are so many of them. But that's going to be something good for Janet Reno.
Don't you think that Al Gore's problems emanate principally from the fact that it's a Republican-controlled Congress?
Of course not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Listen, I mean,
You know,
what...
this guy...
Fundraising abuses go across the board. They involve most people in politics.
I agree, and they should stop.
And I think he was
why...
trying to tiptoe inside the chalk line.
And he failed. He did it very badly, and he covered it up even
But
worse.
who would be left to run for office if the scrutiny we apply to somebody like him is applied to everybody? Is anybody going to be clean enough to be either a president, a princess, or a movie star?
I don't have to get elected, so... Okay.
I think we've got to change the rules. We've got to have people under 5 years old running.
Well, they're trying
I have
to.
a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. The
Under 5 years
7-year-old
old
is
running?
too late.
Oh, I
They've got to be under 5. No skeletons in their closet.
You know, when I got out of law school, I prosecuted the Attorney General of the state of Illinois. And I was like every young lawyer. I thought, well, maybe I'd be interested in politics. When I saw what this guy's life was like, you know, up at 8 for the Swedish-American breakfast, and this luncheon, and that press conference, and 10 seconds briefing before he did it, I thought, what a horrible life. And it's only gotten worse in the 20 years since then.
But you still prosecuted him?
Oh, I
A true lawyer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we got to take a break. We'll come right back.
It started as a game.
It's a company. They plan elaborate pranks.
But now, someone is breaking all the rules.
They're trying to kill me.
From the director of Seven.
Who's behind this?
Michael Douglas.
I need to find who's in charge.
Sean Penn.
I paid the bill. I did more to make it stop. This is all the game.
I am extremely dangerous.
The Game. Rated R. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
I just cleaned this side of my face with new Biore facial cleanser. No dirt, no residue. Then I washed this side of my face with my old facial cleanser. Which is unfortunate because now somebody has to clean this up. Biore. Clean. Honest.
Moen's pull-out faucet. Few things in life can outmaneuver or outlast it. The One Touch by Moen. Buy it for looks. Buy it for life.
One night.
ABC Thursday.
2 new shows.
Critics call the best.
Rolling Stone says Nothing Sacred is the best new show this fall.
Cosmopolitan calls Cracker the best new drama of the season.
What more can we say?
The best new shows back to back.
Nothing Sacred.
Friends, I'm here to tell you why so many people are using 10-3-2-1. It's all about savings. 50% off every call over 20 minutes. That's half off. And great international rates, too. Simply dial 10-3-2-1, then 1, then the number, as usual. For me? It's the 50%, isn't it?
Rosie O'Donnell's season premiere week celebration.
People, we got the big time stars here.
Next time, the legendary Barbara Walters is here, and actress Kimberly Williams. Plus, it's going to be a
WNBA party
with the MVP of the WNBA, Cynthia Cooper.
That's a show.
It's Rosie O'Donnell's season premiere week celebration.
The party can begin now.
Tomorrow at 4 on ABC 13. If you're planning to be in the Los Angeles area and would like free tickets to Politically Incorrect, call 213-852-2655.
Okay, well, the United States Army made an announcement today, which is what they were going to add a week to basic training for sensitivity instruction because sexual harassment problems they have, which is wrong. But I think it goes to a bigger question, which is why does everybody have to do everything? I don't understand why women want to do some of these jobs in the Army that really men are better suited to do. And why, how come, you know, with race, our diversity is our glory. But it seems like with sex nowadays, diversity is a bad thing. It's very bad to say that men and women are different.
You meant gender, right? Sexual diversity is...
Sex, gender, sure. Whatever.
Big difference there.
Yeah.
Difference between sex and gender?
Sexual diversity and gender diversity? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it determines what bar you end up in.
Yeah. Well, I just mean men and women are different.
I have to completely agree with you. I think that...
I'm so glad.
I think the military is having a real problem at the moment. It has to train these recruits to kill, but not to offend. You've got to be nice about it. You've got to ask for permission. I don't know how they can do it. They can't do it.
Right.
It's just a transition period. Women will be taking over the world very soon. We need just a brief time right now to get used to it. But as a friend of mine said, they're smarter than we are and they don't play fair.
That speaks a recently divorced man.
Okay, but to get back to my point, you know, it's like, you know, you can have a Puerto Rican Day parade, and they have salsa and whatever they do, and, you know, act
It's not a gender Puerto Rican parade.
That's right. If you had a man parade,
right.
They
did. They had the Million Man March. That was a man parade.
See, that's glorifying an ethnic diversity. Because that was a racial thing.
It wasn't called the Million Black Man March.
But it was. We weren't there.
You try to find a villain in a movie now, right? You try to find a villain in a movie. I was thinking, I've been attacked by lesbians, Korean grocery organizations, Italians. I mean, it's very hard to find one group that will not accept becoming a villain, except those good old WASPs. They're very happy with that role. They accept it with
You mean because everybody who's a villain takes it as an attack on the entire group?
That's correct.
Right. You mean, you said Korean grocery store name because of falling down?
That's correct.
You're kidding.
Oh, no. Vicious, strong group coming into the studios and protesting very vehemently. And I try to express that maybe there's a public relations issue that they had to look at, and they agreed.
When I started out in comedy, I wasn't allowed to be there. And they didn't lower the bar for me so I could jump over it. I had to get as good as anybody so I could do this.
What do you mean? There were women comedians before you?
I was 20 years old. I was single. I was trying to be pretty, and I was trying to not talk about my husband or dishes. And believe me, it was really hard.
But there have always been female comedians.
What?
There have always been female comedians.
Right.
Stand-up comedy, for that, I was the only, maybe out of 1,000 people working, there were 3.
Wasn't she?
What about
Lucille Ball?
That's what I'm saying, but they were within the stereotype of my kids, my husband. I hate sex. Look at me, don't look at me. And I love them. Phyllis Diller's my idol, but I wanted to be. My line was, I'm a human being trapped in a woman's body, and I think that really sums it up.
Stand-up comedy is one thing, and the military is another. I mean, G.I. Jane. I don't know if you saw G.I. Jane.
I did.
But G.I. Jane, for me, do you remember the story of Rowell, this very masochistic woman?
She goes in the army and dances topless to feed her kid or something. Isn't that it?
I think G.I. Jane is about female masochism. You know, in the story
I think whoever can carry you out of the burning building gets to be the fireman,
in the story of Rowell, you had women. You had a woman.
But don't women have
Let me finish, I'm a woman. In the story of Rowell, you had this woman who wanted to be basically totally sadistically treated. And in the same way, you have Demi Moore, and you should tell us about her, in G.I. Jane, who wants the right to be equally mistreated. I don't want that right, thank you very much.
But she did.
Well, that's so what? So are we all supposed to want what you don't want? I mean, look, I'm glad you're happy, and there are women who want to explore the world, and if they have the qualifications, they should be allowed to. Period. That's it.
Okay. After we take a break, we'll come back.
Listen, Charlie, there's no way that my client is going to go for something like this. And what is with this paragraph? Listen, Charlie, you're killing me here. You've been through this a million times, Charlie. Yeah.
The Civic sedan from Honda.
No.
What more do you need?
Charlie, I gotta go. Somebody's here.
Critics agree. Newsweek magazine calls L.A. Confidential a stylish thriller. A dangerous and intoxicating tale of big trouble in paradise, says the L.A. Times. L.A. Confidential brings the thrill of corruption cracklingly alive, exclaims Entertainment Weekly. And the New York Times hails L.A. Confidential as a shrewd, elegant film with a flawless cast. Kevin Spacey, Russell Crowe, Guy Pearce, James Cromwell, Kim Basinger, Danny DeVito. L.A. Confidential, rated R. Sneak preview Saturday, September 13th. Starts Friday, September 19th.
Green Bay is a small town. When someone leaves here, it means something. It means the entire community's been diminished. It means an acquaintance, a neighbor, a friend has left your life forever. Most importantly, it means there's now some extra seats available for Sunday's game.
Well, it's awfully tough to get tickets from the Super Bowl champs. It's absolutely impossible with American Express. So bring your Visa card. Go Packers, the official card of the NFL.
Billy's tired of Dallas taking all the glory. Could Monday night be the Philadelphia story? Let's do this. Bring on the game now.
It moves with grace. Effortless. It is the American-built flagship of Toyota. With a spacious interior the roominess of an endless horizon. Avalon. Experience the tranquility.
We're Just Trippy, the world's largest athletic shoe store, and it's time for our biggest clothing sale of the year. The 50% off clothing sale. Warm-ups, jackets, selected caps, jerseys, t-shirts, shorts, and more. 50% off. Names like Reebok, No Fear, Adidas, Timberland, Fila, Logo Athletic, Wilson, and Starter. 50% off. College and pro, we've got your favorite jackets and jerseys. All 50% off. And all shoes are on sale, too. The 50% off sale. This week, get Just Trippy with the 13th pair is free.
With some wireless services, go too far from a major freeway, and your phone could start sounding real bad, or not work at all. Fact is, only Houston Cellular's digital system works here. Over here. Almost everywhere, in and around Houston. And nationwide. So go the extra miles with Houston Cellular.
Sign up now and get digital service for just $18.99 a month for 3 months. Call or visit any Houston Cellular store today for this great $18.99 offer.
Okay, there's a book out that came out a couple of months ago called The Time Bind, and the subtitle is When Work Becomes Home, When Home Becomes Work. It's caused a tremendous controversy, and I thought it was apropos because you're here, and I saw your new movie the other night. It's a very exciting picture, and I want to give away the ending. It's a lot of surprises, but it's not giving away too much to say that it's about a guy who is a workaholic. He doesn't really have a home life.
What's it called?
It's called The Game, and I believe it opens Friday.
Friday in theaters near us?
It's a very exciting movie. Very exciting psychological thriller. But what this woman spent 3 years with a company, and her conclusion was that Americans spend more time at work, not because they have to, which is what we've been hearing, you know, well, we have to work more because of downsizing, and they want to be there because their home life sucks, is basically her conclusion. That when they go home, they've got kids, they got a relationship.
The wife wants to be a SWAT team member, you know, when they get back.
I saw Michael's new movie, too, and I loved it. And the problem with the hero that Michael plays, Nicholas Van Norton, is not just that he was a workaholic. He wanted to escape from his life. He wanted to escape from all the pain, his dad's suicide, his broken marriage. So I think that's what a lot of people are escaping from. It's not that they love their work. It's not even that they are so greedy. You have now parents who give their children Prozac just so they don't have to deal with them. There are 500,000 kids on Prozac.
But we've been building up on this for a long time, ever since we started marriages with both people working, both parties working in a marriage for many. So this is like the culmination for that's all we know how to do is work. On the other side, American production is kicking butt around the world. I mean, we are, you know, our companies internationally taking over the world. It's a monumental leap in how this country is growing.
But that's what Japan did, and they're not happy.
I understand that. I'm not saying it's wrong.
There's no humor section in Japanese bookstores. Of course they're not happy. I'm not kidding. You know, it's a different culture. They're not supposed to be happy. They don't want to be.
I don't see, I mean, working as a lawyer in a big law firm, I don't see people who are craving sun and shine Nath and Rosenthal. Offices all over the nation. I certainly don't see...
book coming out. Did you like it?
But I don't see people fighting to spend more time in the office. When I call to leave somebody a voicemail and they answer the phone at 11:30 at night, I don't hear joy in their voices.
But they're there. That's the point Bill is making.
Yes, they are there, but they are not there because they hate their home life. They're there because
that's what they tell you, because no one will admit it. That's part of the problem, is that they won't, it's something you can't really cop to. I'm at work because I want to be. You have to pretend you're at work because you have to be there.
Look at people that win $40 million in the lottery and keep their jobs changing light bulbs in bowling alleys. I mean, they want to go to work.
Yes. This woman says that Hallmark has a line of cards now for parents who are too busy to be there for their kids. You give your kid a card that says, sorry, I couldn't be there to tuck you in.
But do you really think that that's because people want to do that or because their jobs demand it? I just...
No, that's what the book says.
I know what the book says, and I don't agree with what the book says.
I say that everywhere. I think work is the last sacred thing in America. It's completely politically correct. You can no longer tell your wife or your husband, I'm going down to the bar to watch a football game, but you say, I'm sorry, darling, I got to be at the office. And everybody has to shut up because you got to be at the office. And in Washington, where I lived for many years. You have people vying.
What street? What street?
45th Street. You have people vying how early they're going to have breakfast with each other. You have people saying, 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, okay. They'll be ready for a break by 6 in the morning, you know. And that's the kind of virility symbol. How hard do you work?
But, you know,
What's wrong with loving work? I love work.
I mentioned we all love, you love your work, I love my work. It makes it a lot easier to hide behind it. But I also think people it is hiding, but I also think a lot of people, what's going on now economically, see a chance of getting out earlier. I see a lot of people jamming. I ran into a 23-year-old girl celebrating being a millionaire at a computer company, you know, stock options. You know,
what company?
I mean, yeah, she's good. The gender issue.
What bar was that?
But they are, you know, they can see a chance of really jamming and possibly getting out earlier. So I don't know how old this woman is who wrote this book.
She's saying it's bad that people want to work and not be home?
She's not saying it's bad or good. She's just saying
you would recut him off 6 times already.
Yeah, and I'm going to do it again. We got to take a break.
On September 26th.
Most people lost in the wild sky of shame because they didn't do the one thing which would have saved their lives. Thinking.
Nature will push you to extremes.
What are we going to do, Charles? What? Am I supposed to have a plan?
But only man.
You and my wife? I've seen you with her.
Can push you.
So, how are you planning to kill me?
To the edge.
Why would I want to kill you, Charles? I need you to get home.
He's stalking us!
He's toying with us.
Money's folks get you in an emergency. And you blew.
Academy Award winner Anthony Hopkins.
You want to die out here, huh?
Alec Baldwin.
You make me sick.
I'm sure I do.
Somewhere between the law of the wild and the nature of man lies the edge.
What one man can do, another can do.
Rated R. September 26th, only in theaters.
On the season premiere of 2020, Friday, a riveting exclusive interview.
I don't want this to sound insulting, but you are somewhat eccentric.
Superstar Michael Jackson.
The masks, the mysterious behavior.
The paparazzi's most hunted man tells Barbara Walters what it's really like. The season premiere of 2020, Friday.
Imagine having a baby who can't see you. Trevor has congenital myopia. I went everywhere, and everybody, you know, said he was too small. Then I went to Lens Crafters.
Having the lab right here, I can make almost any glasses in about an hour. I use special earpieces, filed the smallest frames. I'm helping make someone's eyesight.
The way that he looks at me now, I know he sees his mom. Lens Crafters, helping people see better 1 hour at a time.
Now open in West Oaks, Woodlands, and First Colony malls.
Your best friend. What do you think she's up to right now? Contemplating life? Dieting? Contemplating a new hair color? Thinking it's your turn to call? Well, now's the perfect time to find out. MCI introduces 5-cent Sundays. 5 cents a minute, every minute of every Sunday, along with low rates all week long. If you're an MCI customer. If not, call 1-800-SUNDAYS.
In aims to answer the call of the wild, one must soar with the grace and ease of the majestic eagle. Have the heart and soul of the mighty bear. And seek comfort in the great outdoors. It is here that our ancient spirits find a balanced path in our civilized world.
There's no politically incorrect tomorrow night because of a special ABC News coverage of Mother Teresa's funeral and because we're all going here at the staff. But join us Monday when our guests will be Terry Jeffrey, Dick Wolf, Leah Thompson, and Joan Rivers. Now, does anyone agree with me that God took Mother Teresa when he did to prove a point, to say your priorities, people? Think about your priorities.
Oh, this is turning into Oprah, Bill.
You're watching ABC. If you're one of the millions of Americans who have trouble sleeping, call this number now for a free brochure and video that will tell you all about a breakthrough that can help you sleep better. The revolutionary Select Comforts.
let your babies grow
The full-size T100. Toyota trucks always come through.
Next, Sally, paternity tests for denying dads.
Tonight on Politically Incorrect, from the game, Michael Douglas. Author Scott Turow. Comedian Elayne Boosler and columnist Arianna Huffington. And now, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you're in a good mood because, boy, Al Gore's in trouble. Like, who could care? But it's coming. It's all been satirized for your protection. The show and let us meet our panel. She is a Picasso biographer, a syndicated columnist, the sweetheart for the Center for Effective Confession, and of course my girlfriend, Arianna Huffington. Hello, baby. How are you? Good to see you. One of our favorite comedians. You can see her on Friday nights hosting its finance hearings. They're up his wazoo. You can say that. Because... No, they say that he knew he was breaking the law when he made fundraising calls from the White House. And, of course, nobody really cares. And to generate interest in this now, the senators, this is really low. They're saying he made the calls from a princess phone. I mean... Hey, well, I'll tell you what's low about that. Sonny Bono, your congressman, if you're from Orange County, is introducing a bill to ban the paparazzi. Talk about jumping on a bandwagon. He's introducing a bill to ban the paparazzi from doing awful things. Because, well, he's mad at the paparazzi. He says they always get in the way every time he's going to Calcutta, and all the networks are covering it. Mike Wallace said today he thought they were only covering it because they were being shamed into it after covering so much with Princess Diana. And some of the networks, I think, are really low with this. Fox is calling their coverage When God Attacks. You know, another programming note, it was announced yesterday that ABC is bringing back the wonderful world of Disney. Remember the wonderful world of Disney? Okay, well, their first entry will be on, I think, November 2nd, is a new version of Cinderella with Whitney Houston. That's true, and a little different. In this one, Cinderella has to get home by midnight, or else she gets bitch-slapped by Bobby Brown. All right, thanks for... Who shares trash. Well, Louis Farrakhan has won a big battle. Are you Farrakhan fans? I'm sure you are. He's won a battle with the Alabama School Board. They were going to have him speak. He wanted to speak to the school luncheon, and they said, no, you can't. You're Louis Farrakhan. Well, he won. They said he could. They said he couldn't before because they were afraid of volatile activity, and they may have a point because the last time he talked to a school luncheon, he stormed out after being served the bow tie pasta. Well, we are not on tomorrow night. Program note because of Mother Teresa's funeral. Yes, it's taking place